Hello there and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadel Cabrera. Absolutely excited that you're here for our usual political conversations that are very simple, truthful and balanced. With Professor Herman Manyora puts them across in a hard-hitting way. How are you?
Good.
How have you been?
Wonderful.
There are great talks, big talks now about President William Ruto, the person. There's an article from Nation. President Ruto's leadership style rattles his allies, saying high voltage phone calls, ordering government officials. Now people want to know, who is this man Ruto, the man that we thought we could...
This man Ruto.
Who is he? Because President Uhuru Kenyatta was laid back, same to President Mwai Kibaki. Now people are just comparing Ruto and President Moi. Who is this man Ruto? How would you describe this style of leadership?
But people thought Ruto remained laughing and hi and my friend. No, he's now president. When you make somebody president, you must give him space to govern. The governor must be allowed to govern. So Ruto must be allowed to govern using his style.
No one has refused him the power to govern.
Yes.
The way he's governing.
You want him to laugh with you? No.
I was just listening to a show with Richard and we were talking about also threats. Okiya Mtata says they will not be intimidated too. Is this what we're looking at with this president? A president that is working based...
When Uhuru was laid back, you said this guy is not good. Why can't he sack people? Why can't he move? Now Ruto is moving, you say he's too harsh. Shauri yenyu.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
We give him space.
Give him space.
When you listen to someone like Seth Panyako, who was resigned from UDA, says he was asked by the president to quit. He says now this is also state capture, what Ruto is doing with state cooperation.
But people also people are also not... State capture is not what people are trying to make it be. State capture doesn't mean the state capturing. It's people capturing the state. People don't understand. It's not the other way around. It's people capturing the state. Okay. That's what state capture.
Can the president be the one capturing the state?
But the state president is governing. You people gave him... Look here.
You people.
All of us knew who Ruto was. But we made him president. I mean, there are games, the elections were rigged, what? If we allow for that, I mean, forget about that. He's the president. Means people voted for him. Even if you steal an election, you can't steal by millions of votes, which means millions of people have voted for you. But they knew who he was.
You said when he appointed cabinet ministers, you said this will be his undoing when he gets into power and continues to be the person who was micromanaging. And this
is that's what he's doing. We all knew.
Will this be his
undoing? And when he was appointing cabinet, I said, and it's now coming out to be true, he didn't put you there to do things. He knew you can't. He knew he would be the one to do it. So why are people complaining? I'm
asking, will this be his undoing? Because that's what you actually said. You said...
It is his style. That is his
style.
It will wear him out. It will stress him. But that is his style. He wants to be the one in control, in charge.
But what would you advise him now? Because this is the style he has decided to use. How would you advise
that style works with people who have, when people have a lot of time and space and energy. So he has to tick the boxes. Does he have the time? Does he have the energy? Does he have the political space? Raila is already showing him he doesn't have the political space. You know, you can micromanage and run the government if the opposition is not corroborating things. But now that Raila is corroborating things, you don't have the luxury of time and space. So, if I were to advise Ruto, today, go somewhere on holiday. Pretend you are going to work outside the country, but you know it's a holiday. When you come back, reshuffle the entire cabinet. There isn't a single person there who can be minister in the current environment. Not one. I'm sorry, some of them are my friends.
Even Kithure Kindiki?
None of them.
Penina Malonza, she's...
None. Malonza maybe, yeah. Yeah? Maybe Malonza, yeah. I've seen she can do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you're saying all of them, all the others?
By all, I don't mean 22 out of 22. Yeah. All simply means almost all. All is a way of speaking. 22, maybe 18 is what all means.
And this will cost Ruto. You say he can micromanage, but it will tire him. It will
wear him out. It will come at a great cost to his personal health, comfort, and he will soon get irritated. You know, people become irritable when there is stress. So when people are wondering why is he almost shouting, it is stress. You become irritable. And my advice to the president is extremely simple. Take a holiday, think through this, come up with at least 10 new ministers. Reshuffle, reorganize government, change departments, create space for 10 or so new ministers.
Should we give him time? Because everyone is talking about
You can
time.
take as much time as you want.
How much time should he be given to run this government in a one-man show kind of?
It can take as long as he wants. But it will have a toll. It will have its toll on him. He will see. Soon he will be shouting. Kama mnasema Narok alikuwa na shout. He will shout.
We ain't seen nothing.
You can't run a country solo because now he's running it alone. It's unfortunate.
Now he came.
In fact, what he should begin doing is even to give his deputy some space also to help him. But tell him, don't chunga.
You think the
just work.
You think the deputy is not doing anything? Is that what you're saying?
You know, the way the government is structured, the deputy doesn't have direct responsibility.
Who has the cabinet, prime cabinet secretary?
Prime cabinet secretary is not helping him.
Mudavadi
is not helping him because it's not clear, and Mudavadi cannot work because that will chokora Gachagua. If you make Mudavadi work, Gachagua will be unhappy. So that's another thing you need to deal with.
So you're saying he basically needs to fix the government. He
needs to fix the government. This he will do it. But it may be too little. He has to do it now. Take a holiday. Think through. And consult only one man. Rigathi Gachagua, your deputy. Nobody else.
Not Musalia Mudavadi.
No. Consult only Rigathi Gachagua.
Are we looking at the making of a dictator? Is that what we're saying?
It's not necessarily a dictator. You see, Ruto, the man, is a go-getter. He pushes what he wants. When he puts his mind on something, but we all knew it. Who doesn't know it? How could he have become a president if he wasn't that type? Who in the same circumstances could become president? Who? How many people would become president in those circumstances? It required a certain type of person. And now that type of person is playing out and people are complaining.
But when you see him directly influence independent institutions, directly influence...
You want things done. These are people who want things done. And when you are a person who wants things done, your hand will be seen everywhere. And the only way to avoid that, because then the perception is bad that you are micromanaging, you are running even the judiciary. So what you need to have are a competent and capable people you delegate to, like cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries. So if you have a man or woman who is capable and you want the judiciary to do something, that capable man or woman, the PS or the CS, will have a way of discussing with the Chief Justice without you having to. If there's something going on you want pushed in Parliament, that person, if that docket, because that's Mudavadi's docket now, layers between Parliament and State House, you see it's lacking. So the president is directly talking to Parliament. That's the work of Mudavadi. You get what I'm saying?
Getting you.
Yeah. Now, if there's something to do with housing, Hinga cannot do it. So the president will step in. If he had a PS who is capable, who knows how to communicate, the president will not be communicating on the same. If the minister in whose docket housing falls, in whose ministry the docket, they will be doing something the president will not see. Now, when the president comes directly and lands on a matter, people saying he's pushy, people say he's having, he's micromanaging, because he has not appointed people who can do the job he's now doing.
Do you think we need the Ruto that we're seeing now as a president? Not just Ruto, the president in Ruto that we're seeing, because when it was Uhuru's time, we said he was laid back.
Yes.
Things were still bad. And now things are bad and we're looking at some hope. Is this the president we need as a country to move on?
Yeah, this country requires people who can make things work. This country requires people who can push even harder than Ruto. Let me tell you the truth. Kenyans are so complacent. They are so used to doing nothing. If you have a president who just sits, like we have had some in this country. Moi did a lot of things the first 10 years because he was there. He was not talking about soil erosion. He was building gabions. People were seeing him do. He was moving all over and working. So this country requires a president who can work, who can push things, who can be harsh, who can issue ultimatum, who can give deadlines. But you see, he needs cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries who can work so that he doesn't seem to be directly doing it himself. Because when you are the president and you are, even if you want some case, let's say, I'll give an example of Chief Justice. You see there are backlogs. There's Shakahola and you want those people to be prosecuted speedily, expeditiously, but of course judiciously. When you say as the president, oh, America judiciary konfuko. But if you had a minister, you only call the minister and tell him, look, hii kitu ya Shakahola, 3 months, case is over. Kind Chief Justice. And this is public interest issue. The government must be seen to be moving. And Kenyans are waiting for answers, please. Can you tell your people administratively to make sure that... Now the minister is working. In fact, the minister can read the president's concern. And even before he's told by the president, he can move. So you need a cabinet. When people are meeting, and I've said this, when the cabinet is meeting, you can see energy. You can see life in the cabinet. Not just people sitting with their files there. Let's pray, yes. Then tea. Yeah. Then some minister reads through his whatever. Then the president says remarks. Then the people go home. That's not a cabinet. Not now. This country requires a cabinet. I've said before. Yeah. 2 hours, mtu akitoka ndani ako na headache. 6 months, somebody has resigned. Like, I can't do it. Mwenyewe tu. So, let me give you a good example. If you know you are a big man, so you know the principal of Alliance High School. Your boy gets 300 marks. Then you push, he goes to Alliance. So you mwenye atatoroka. Atatoroka. He can't keep up. Alliance. He can't. He'll tell daddy, let's look for another school. And they're always leaving. Even those who got marks through, you know, your child can get marks either because you crooked it through, people steal exams. We know that, Yeah. See, tuliona Matiang'i akituonyesha. Or you overcoach. Too much assistance to the boy or girl until they pass well with 405. They go to Alliance Girls. They leave. This is how these high-cost private schools are getting students. They are getting such students who can't keep up with the heat of precious girls' blood upper Ruto. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Equally, there should be people in cabinet who after 6 months can't cope. If you have a cabinet that 6 months nobody has resigned, it's not a cabinet.
But I want to know, you're saying you don't really have a problem with the way Ruto is governing.
Yeah, no.
You're saying this is how this country needs to be run.
Yeah.
But when it comes to promises, we're looking at the promises he's telling Kenyans, and we are hoping he will keep. And as you put it in your Saturday video, some Kenyans are saying this story is a jabba.
So the jabba.
So how do you balance this when you look like a person who can get things delivered, but they are not being...
You see these ideas. Ruto could be having ideas. I think he has ideas. Let's give him. Let's just assume he has and give it to him. But when you say, pick the steamer. Yeah. Hawa anasema zitawachoma injini yao. Sema this engine itachoma. The boys are saying no. Yeah. You need a cabinet secretary who can actualize that. By now, Murkomen, is it Murkomen who?
Murkomen Transport.
Should have something on the table. Where is it working? Are there motorcycles now in the world? In good numbers, commercial numbers that are electrical driven. What is the cost of conversion? You know, for a car is too much. To convert a car from petrol or diesel from petrol to electric is expensive. Charging points. That information by now Murkomen should be having it. So that it's no longer story the jabba.
All right.
That's why I'm saying you need ministers. You need cabinet secretary, not friends. These friends will finish you. And you look at the president in 3 years. He will not be the man you know. He will be worn out. He will be easily irritable. Yeah. Because these guys can't work. I'm saying the moment he mentioned those motorcycles, Murkomen should be having a file on his desk to be taken to the next stage, maybe cabinet.
For deliverables.
Maybe you want to do it free. Maybe the conversion will be done by government at a cost. Okay?
Yeah.
So you need cabinet approval. You should be having the paper ready for the next cabinet.
All right. So the problem is not the president, the problem
No, the problem is the people he has appointed. They can't keep up with the pace.
All right.
The president has ideas and is moving too fast, leaving behind the people he has employed. They can't keep pace. They can't move with the president. They can't keep with the president pace. They can't think the way the president is thinking. The president is thinking on his feet, and these guys are seated down on the floor. By the time they wake up, the president has covered kilometers, and the things have not been
and the public
actualized because the public is now laughing. They think the president was dreaming. But the president is seen to be dreaming and engaged in Soledad Jaba with Mogoka. Because the people who should be running, you know, when you are a personal leader, you come up with ideas. You must have people to pick the ideas and run with them. So the president is spilling ideas. There is nobody to pick those ideas and run with them. So he will be seen to be a joker.
And a cut. What do we call it?
Stories of
Jabba. Thank you so much for tuning in. A conversation on President William Ruto's leadership style and what he needs to do to get things done. Until we do talk again, have yourself a lovely rest of your day.